Warning: the following content may contain some foul language and is intended for an adult audience. None of the claims made in this program are made to reflect the opinions of medical professionals. Jarvis Leatherby is not a physician, nutritionist, licensed psychologist, or anything similar. He is, in fact, a high school dropout and a heavy metal musician. Viewer and listener discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to the Metal Monday Motivational. This is the weekly video show with the sole intent to uplift and motivate my heavy metal brothers and sisters all around the globe. My name is Jarvis Leatherby from the heavy metal band Night Demon. Thanks for joining me today. We are covering the Iron 8, which is my morning routine. Today we are going to step 3, which is journaling. Ladies and gentlemen, this is so important, okay? This is so important. If we're gonna live a life of intent, if we're not gonna let life happen to us, we need to be doing this stuff. I'm outside of a major book retailer here. We're gonna go in here and we are gonna pick out a journal. My journal is now full. The one that I showed you guys a few weeks ago, I've been writing in it like crazy. It's time to get a new one. I'm gonna tell you how to select one. So let's go. All right, here we are in the journal section here. So look at, they got all these cute little things. A bathroom guest book, what the hell is that? Gratitude book, that's good. That's always good, we're gonna cover that. You know, they have all these specialized things you can get here at a bookstore. It's always good to get something that resonates with you, okay? That's the most important thing. Excuse me if I sound stuffed up. I'm wearing a mask because we're in a pandemic. But anyway, you can go to your local bookstore and look at all these things. There's all kinds of gimmicky stuff. The marketing is really great behind all of this stuff, but I'm not saying, you know, all these things are worth a shot. The journaling thing is a very personal thing, okay? However, I'm always gonna go for something like this, something that looks super fucking awesome. But you know, mainly just something that has, you know, open pages, so I can kind of make my own thing here, right? Found it. This is actually on an end cap. It's not even in the journal section, but I love this brand. A lot of famous authors had used this through history. I think Ray Bradbury, maybe even Ernest Hemingway. But they make great products, great paper stock, nice thick covers, all kinds of different stuff. I'm gonna go with this here. This is cool. This is a 3-pack. So I'm actually getting 3 journals here. This is ruled paper. This is great. I put stickers on the front. I write shit on it, all kinds of stuff. Just personalize it. Kind of like you're back in school, right? Just have fun with this stuff. Oh wait, this is the Cashier's collection? Yeah, that's cool. I'm good with cash. All right. All right, we are here back at the pad. There is the old journal there. And here's the new one. I left my tripod on an island, literally, this weekend when I was on vacation. So we are going rogue style, handheld. Let's bust this fucker open. Always have a knife on you, by the way. Let's see what we got here. There. And here we go. One-handed. The Cashier's Collection moleskin. Finely ruled paper here. This paper is really nice. It has smaller lines. I like to write smaller. So you wanna look at definitely what makes you feel comfortable. I can get a lot on these pages here. These last me a long time. And actually these are really cool when I'm on the road because as you can see, they're a lot thinner and they're bound on the side still, but you can flex them. You know, they're good for when you're traveling and you know, just fucking throwing around and shit like that, right? So, okay, here we go. Let's go into the methods. Okay, boys and girls, before we start here, I really have to say this, okay? Journaling is about intent. That's exactly what it's about. We have to have intention in our lives. We can no longer let life happen to us. That's what happens. So many people, we just go through it and we let life happen to us, okay? Life will smack us in the face. It'll do it a lot. But our resilience comes from having intention and going out and intentionally living our lives the way that we want to do it. So I have to say this first, okay? I know you guys are thinking journaling as this, this is no Dear Diary. Here are all the terrible things that happened to me today, okay? We're not doing this bullshit here. It's not here to document the things in your life. If you want to do that, that's all good. And you should do that at the end of the day, but we want to start this journal first thing in the morning. This is what we want to do after we've gotten hydrated or whatever we need to do. It's always good to do it first thing. And I will explain all of this why. Let me go through my methods here. Again, these are my methods. This is from years of doing this. I've picked up a lot of tips from a lot of great people. I've read a lot of books about it. I go back and forth and ditch certain methods. It's all about what you guys feel comfortable with. I'm just gonna shed some light on why this is important and why this is an absolute necessity if you are gonna be a kick-ass motherfucker, okay? Here we go. Okay, boys and girls, here we go. Let us begin. Number one, first thing we wanna do. By the way, I use a pen. I'm just using a Sharpie today so everybody could see it. I'm holding the phone with one hand and this, so I'm gonna do my best, all right? First thing we wanna do is write the date. And with the date, we actually wanna write the actual day of the week. And what is today? Today is Monday, of course, right? Because it's the Metal Monday Motivational. We all know this. So this is Monday, July 27, 2020, the year of our demon. And the reason why we want to write the date, guys, is because we want to be able to go back and reference the stuff that we're talking about. We want to be able to relive these times. And when we see things manifest, we'll go back and go, wow, that is fucking unreal that I wrote that then and that this is happening now. Okay? All right, so we've written our date. Everybody following me so far? Here we go. First thing we're gonna do here is gratitude. This is the documentation that we are doing. So I'm not gonna write out what I'm grateful for here because that's my fucking business, okay? And you know what? Another thing about this, about journaling, okay? If you fear that somebody that you live with or somebody that you're around is gonna read your journal, fuck that shit. Or just like look through your phone, fuck that shit. I mean, look, I've been guilty of it both ways, so I'm no exception to the rule, okay? But this is somebody's subconscious and somebody's soul. You're not gonna, if you have a fear of this, then you probably shouldn't be around that person anyway. And if that person wants to dive into this without your permission and do that, then you know what? Serves them fucking right. I hope they find out the truth about you because you haven't been able to tell them the truth about you and who you really are because you don't have that trust because there's a breakdown in that. Okay, I digress, sorry. But I felt I needed to do this. I don't want people to not do this because of a fear of somebody finding out. Fuck that, we need this. This is for us, okay? Anyway, gratitude. I do 3 lines of gratitude. So basically what I write out is, not just 1, 2, 3, what am I thankful for? My mom, my car, my house. No, I don't do that. What you want to do is go, put it in a full sentence. Today, I am grateful for so-and-so because this is what they bring to my life and I'm so proud and happy of that. And I want to nurture this relationship. Things like this. The more specific you get, the better. And this automatically kicks off a great feeling. And that's what we want to start with, guys, right? We want to feel good before we get into this. We don't want this to seem like a chore. So gratitude, just go 3 lines quickly. What are the first 3 things that come to mind that we're grateful for, all right? Okay, next thing we're going to do is top 10 goals. Man, it is so difficult to write because I'm looking at the screen. It looks like somebody else's hand writing. So, okay, top 10 goals. So what, sorry, it's just so weird. So what you want to do here is you want to write your goals in the present tense, okay? Now, if you get the habit of doing this every day, what you want to refrain from is looking at the previous day's goals. You don't want to do that. You just want to go off the top of your head. What are you feeling? What are the top 10 things? These ones you want to number and these ones you want to list, okay? We have to have our goals in writing, guys. Actually here, let me Let me turn the camera around on myself here because we're just staring at a page and this is a boring video. I don't want it to be boring. Here we go. Hang on. All right, let's step outside for a minute. Talk about this, get some fresh air. So guys, goals have to be in writing, 100%. There is no other way. The great Brian Tracy once said that a goal that is not in writing is simply a wish. And a wish is a goal with no energy behind it. And ain't that the goddamn truth? I mean, how many thoughts go through our head every day? Think about things that we want to do. They're just wishes. They're wishes until we take action and we execute them. But the first thing is to know the clarity. And so the first thing is to put that down on paper, all right? Everything that you see around you, everything around us that's not nature, everything that's man-made was created, it was conceived in a human being's brain, and it was brought into the physical world. When we have an idea in our brain and we write it down, we have brought that idea into the physical world, okay? And one more thing, when you're writing your goals down, you want to be extremely specific, okay? Don't say I want to lose weight. If you lose 1 pound, you've done your job, but that's not where you want to be, okay? We want to be very specific. I want to weigh 150 pounds. I want to be 13% body fat by this date. That stuff. Set some deadlines for yourself. Set some goals. Watch these things manifest as you do this. The more specific you are, the better. You have a target. That's what we need. We need a target. When we get in our cars these days, guys, we turn on the GPS. We don't even know how the fuck we get places anymore. But this is exactly how the universe works, and we need to use this in our favor. We need to have a target. We need a destination. In our mental GPS, when we write our goals, that's exactly what we do. We set the target. It's specific. You know, I don't say, hey, I'm gonna drive to Los Angeles. GPS, get me to Los Angeles. Yeah, come on, man. There's like how many million people in Los Angeles? I say, no, I want to go to this address, Sunset Boulevard, Los Angeles. It's very specific. We got to do the same thing with our goals, ladies and gentlemen. This is very, very, very important. And if you're not doing this, you are letting life happen to you. Let's do this. Let's move on. All right, so diving back in, let's just go over this really quick. We got our date. We got our 3 lines of gratitude where we say what we are thankful for, and we go into explanation of why and how we're going to make those things even better, okay? We just covered the top 10 goals. One thing I do want to mention is a lot of people recommend writing these goals in the present tense. However, I find that this affirmation for me does not work, as it's hard to believe when it's not true. So that's why I like to set target dates where I can achieve stuff. It helps me actually accomplish those things. So again, I'm not gonna write my goals, but with these also, never reference the previous day or the previous page. Always just go right off the top of your head. And what you'll notice through time, that the common denominators, the things that you write day after day, are the things that are true to yourself. It's a great litmus test on who you are as a person and what are the things that you really, really want. What are the things that really resonate with you in life? That will definitely prove it because it's off the cuff every day. So I'm gonna sit down here. Let's see if I can, maybe I'll stand up. Yeah, this is difficult. Okay, so this is my favorite part of the journaling process here. And again, this is so funny writing this like it's like somebody else's hand. Hopefully you can read that. Schedule. Okay, so what we want to do here is we want to make our daily schedule, right? So I always go to my calendar and I kind of see what's going on. I like to do it the night before, but regardless, what we want to do here is write out what our day is. So a lot of us, our day may consist of waking up, taking the kids to school, going to work, maybe go to the gym after work, or you got some social hour, or you're going to go play music, or you're going to do art, or whatever it is. But when we make our schedule, what we want to do is this is the thing that we want to write in the past tense. All right, so let's go back to, let's go outside, get another breath of fresh air while we're doing this rogue episode handheld. The daily schedule. Now, what I want to say about this may seem slightly odd, but when we're talking about intention and what is our intent? Our intent is not only to do things, it's to do things in a certain way. So when writing the daily schedule, this is something that I like to write in the past tense before it even happens. For example, if I have to go to dinner with my father, all right? Had a wonderful meal with my father. We connected on an intellectual level and on an emotional level, and we had great conversations, and it was a beautiful evening. That's what I write. That's what I write. If you got to go to work, you might say something like, today I went to my job that I love, and I was extra patient of the people around me that I know are struggling, and they only mean well. Even though they give me a hard time, they only mean well. You know, things like this. Things like this are really, really, really important. What is our intent? Why do we get up every day and do the things we do? And if we plan on doing something, what's the result that we want to get out of it? Are we letting life happen to us? Are we just letting these things happen? The things that we decide to do? How does that work? When we decide to do something, why would we let anything happen to us? You know, we decide to do things for a reason, because we want our lives to be great and we want the lives of the people around us to be great. We want to add to that. So that's the best way to schedule your day. Schedule it like it's already happened. See it in your mind for what it is, and you will go in with that intention. And God damn it, that's the way to win, guys. All right, and the next step here is going to be freeform. There's a great book out there called The Morning Pages, and that's how I learned this method. And the Morning Pages suggest that right when you wake up, you write 3 full pages. And the intent here is not to write about anything. There's no structure here, okay? What this does is it gets all of this creativity out of your brain first thing in the day. So you just basically write about nothing. It's really, really interesting. You just write the first thing that comes off your head. The goal is to have it not be good, actually, sometimes for me. And through that, I just start going and I get on and on and on and on. A lot of times I don't do 3 full pages anymore because look, I've got my schedule, I've got my goals, I've got my gratitude. This is a lot of stuff, guys. I know this seems really regimented and kind of maybe boring, but you know what? This is what we have to do. This is not a fantasy world. We have to dream about things, but we have to, in order to bring our dreams into reality, this method right here, this will pretty much cover it. And I promise you, if you guys give this a try, you will see some things. And I'm going to show you something right now. All right. I'd like to read you guys something from my past here. My parents had just moved and, you know, did the whole attic clear out kind of thing. Come get your shit, man. So stumbled across this. I'm trying to read this for you. The kind of job I would like is to be a professional musician. This has been my lifelong dream since I was a little kid. I used to pick up broomsticks and anything that resembled a guitar and pretend that I was Eddie Van Halen. I moved into a new house about 2 years ago. There was no basketball hoops, so I was bored out of my mind. So I just started listening to my CDs, and that is when I really started getting into the music and told myself that I wanted to play. So that I learned how to play the guitar on electric, not an acoustic, which most people start on. I think I have a good chance of making it one day. Can you guys see that? I don't know if you can see that date. I'm trying to focus my phone here. April 16th, 1996. This is a school report. They were extra credit journals, guys. Also in here, I found other things where I talked about building a studio and a rehearsal facility, much like I have now. It's almost to the T. It describes everything. The kitchen, the size of the rooms, the gear that's in here. Totally fucking, my main thing here is I want to be the guy to do all the stuff with you guys, okay? But I want to be able to prove this stuff. And this is just here, 1996. You know, sometimes things take 25 years, but you know, you can't fucking give up on this shit, okay? And someone really close to me recently expressed a concern to me. And she said something to the fact of that she hopes that the amazing things that are happening in her life continue, and that as they continue, she continues to feel the same enthusiasm and excitement for these things. And that really resonated with me, you know, and I just thought about it, and really hope is you know, I mean, it worked for Obama for 8 years, but then look where, you know, not to get political on it or anything, we really need to be careful, guys, with the words that we use. We need to choose them wisely. We've been programmed to use a lot of words that we shouldn't. And hope is just, all hope means is that something is possible. We cannot go off hope anymore. And so I would like to tell her to rephrase that and say, it is my intention to move forward with complete passion and excitement for this life, to keep it exciting and fresh and new and vibrant. And that's what we all got to do. Thank you so much, guys. I love you all. If you feel like you'd like to donate to the show, I accept donations. Please hit me up, paypal.me/Metal Monday. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much, and we will see you next week.